So you told me a little bit about your family, your brothers and sisters, and your parents. Can you tell me a little bit about what your childhood was like?
It was overall, I have good memories from my childhood. I was born here in Chicago, and then when I was 5, my dad got transferred out to Portland, Oregon. So me and my mom and dad and one of my brothers moved out there because my sister and my other brother were in college, so they stayed back. And all of my family lives here, so it was a really big move for us. And I remember it really well because I remember everyone being really sad, and I was only 5, so I didn't have too much recognition of what was going on, but I just remember everyone being kind of upset, going to a whole new place. But
so when you say everyone, are you meaning your family or your relatives?
My mom especially, she was very, very upset about leaving because her mom and her sister that she's really close to, basically our whole family on both sides lives here in Illinois. So leaving them was a really big deal for her. And I just remember her crying a lot, and it was a hard time. But once we got there, it turned out to be okay. My mom's mood improved. My dad was doing well with his job, and we were there for about 7 years. So that's where I grew up. That's where I was a kid. So
you went to a lot of school there?
Yeah, I went from kindergarten to 6th grade there,
okay.
And it was a really good experience. I had friends. I remember this, and also my mom and dad tell me this, that I was just a really, really shy child. So I had actually a really hard time in kindergarten, 1st grade going to school. My mom would actually have to go with me for a little bit of class and then leave, and I would just get really upset. And so I had friends, I remember, but I remember I was always really nervous about kind of talking to people and stuff. So school was good, but for the first few years it was hard getting adjusted, and maybe that was because of the move and all new things and people. But
did your parents comment that you were shy before you moved, or?
They did, but they said it really increased, or I got more shy when we moved there, and I was a lot more upset when my mom would leave and my dad would leave me alone in certain places, such as at school or different after-school activities or stuff like that. So I remember that, but it didn't have a huge impact. I was still, like I said, able to have friends and have friends over, and I was able to, get through the day. And once my mom left, and I don't really remember much about kindergarten, but 1st grade I just remember being really upset. But when she was gone, I was okay.
Okay.
And then 2nd, 3rd, all those grades, I did fine in school. And then so lived there until 6th grade, and then we moved back actually to the same neighborhood that I was born in.
Okay.
I went to junior high and high school.
And how was that transition?
It was kind of strange because, I don't know, I got used to being where I was and the group of friends I had, and it was sad, but at the same time it was kind of exciting to go back to where I had grown up, or where I knew before I moved there.
Okay.
And going back to my family and my sisters and brothers and aunts and uncles and all that was exciting, but at the same time I was sad to be leaving. And then when I went back to school, I kind of, I don't know, some of the people, I went to preschool with, and I went half of kindergarten, kind of they remembered me. So that was kind of weird, seeing people after so long. But it was good. I transitioned well, I think.
Yeah. I know you said that you had some problems when you were in high school, when you were about 15. What do you think those problems were related to?
I'm not really sure. I guess I don't know. I hung out with friends that weren't doing probably what we should have been doing at that age, and my parents didn't approve of this, so, and they got pretty strict. They, you know, they would ground me a lot if they found out, you know, or if I came home past curfew, or something like that, and this just caused a lot of conflict. Like, they were controlling, and I didn't want that. Of course, they were going to be, they were just trying to keep me safe, but I found it at that point just annoying, you know, and controlling, so I kind of rebelled, and this just caused a lot of conflict between us three. Yeah.
Did you ever participate in any risky behaviors?
Yeah, I would go to parties and I would drink. I started drinking probably when I was a sophomore in high school. And my parents found out about this, so they definitely didn't approve of that, and that caused a lot of conflict. And I would get grounded, and, you know, I started to kind of learn from this, but at the same time, I kind of was mad at them, so there was times that I did rebel against it and not care what they said, so